you're getting good at running. And by good, I don't mean you're professional, you're elite, you're competitive, you're a club runner, it doesn't matter. What I mean is that you're able to move forward, you're progressing, you're moving forward, you're improving, you're able to put structure together, to plan and schedule your training. So you've got the midweek interval session, you've got the endurance coming in from the weekend long run. That is a good athlete, that's a good runner. So you're already doing great things. But how can you translate all those good things that you're learning, all those great habits, the discipline, the work ethic, the drive, the determination, the delayed gratification? How can you find the perfect career that will also reward those traits? This is the best advice I can possibly give you. Now, my background is a recruiter, so it's a sales background, and literally, I cannot think of a situation, because of my sporting background as a kid, and then going into recruitment, and then after a period of time going and turning professional in running, I cannot think of a work environment where I would sit next to somebody who was clocking in at 9 o'clock, clocking out at 5 o'clock, and I was working harder, I was getting in early, leaving late, like thinking about my work, thinking about how to progress, getting better, working smarter, and still at the end of the month, we both get paid the same. I couldn't work in an environment like that because it doesn't make sense to me. Yes, of course, you're going to get promoted quicker, but it's subjective. Your bosses, your managers, your directors, whatever, it's subjective. And maybe they like that guy more, and they see that person as a fit further down the line. I don't like to work like that. The reason I like running is the first person to cross the line wins the race. And you want that in life. Humans need incentives. And so if you've built up all those personality traits, all those great habits in your running career, or your running hobby, you can translate those nicely into a sales, something like recruitment, lettings agents, real estate, all those good things, anything consultation, insurance, whatever it might be. But if you're in recruitment, you're going to be dealing with people at both sides. So you're dealing with the candidates, you're dealing with the clients. And you've literally got to build, if you work for a company, you've got to build your own business of candidates and clients, build your own network within that business. And what that will allow you to do, and the reason why it gets so interesting, I'll get onto in a second, but the reason you're going to do so well at that is because all the kind of the self-motivation, the drive, the discipline, the determination, all that is helping you win clients. It's you showing the clients that you're a safe pair of hands. You're able to have the discipline to get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and go for a run before work. So you're going to have the discipline when the client gives you a job order, when they give you a job, you're going to be able to have the discipline to go out and find those candidates and methodically interview those and screen those candidates in order to put the right people in the right places. And then just rinse and repeat. It's that quickly. It's that quick and simple. But what you get from that is the harder you work and the more of those jobs that you place, the more candidates that you find, the more clients that you find, the more you're going to get paid on a monthly, a quarterly, and an annual basis. And the faster you're going to get promoted as well, which again is subjective, still subjective, but in a more meritocratic way, because the numbers don't lie. So in front of you, probably in the office, will be a scoreboard, will be a leaderboard, exactly the same as a race. So number one will be the person who's filled the most jobs that month. Number two, second. Last one, filled no jobs, yeah? So it's super important that you've got all those personality traits, all those great habits, and then you can use them for the benefit of your life, for the benefit of enhancing your life. And that can go towards more races. You can travel around the world and race. You can go to great training camps. You can have more time off. There's more freedom with that. But for me, the greatest thing with that, once you've learned how to build a business within a business, and you're going to have all the back office support. So you're going to have the legal support. You're going to have the marketing support. You're going to have the IT support, super important. You're going to have all these different things that are working as a team as well. So you've got all your team colleagues around you. You're going to be learning from things, learning from other people, learning things about industries, about how to recruit. So you're going to be able to, exactly the same in running. It's like you go for a run with a group. How do you do your intervals? How do you do your long run? Exactly the same in the office. Oh, I noticed you're great at doing this type of task. Can you teach me about it? And people love that type of thing. So you can, again, use the sporting analogy, use the team play, use the group mentality of sport in order to excel in recruitment. Super important. But what you will get from that is once you have the ability and you're confident enough, after a few years, maybe, and it may, some people do it really quick, and I think some people jump into this too quickly because they underestimate what that support team actually does for them. I did that when I was young. What you can then build is your own business, because you already built a business within a business, and apart from all those back office things that you will then have to either outsource or bring in-house, then you're building your own business again. And it's super simple to do. No matter where you are in the world, there's going to be a niche available for you to fill, a gap to fill. And what you get is exactly the same with running. 9 out of 10 people that will start just don't have the consistency. But you're the type of person who does have the consistency and therefore will win in your career as well. That's super important because it's again, the delayed gratification. Okay, we keep making days where we're not making any sales. We're not winning any jobs. We're not finding any candidates, whatever. But you keep going because you know exactly the same from your running career that it doesn't happen instantaneously. It happens with time. And guess what? Every time you're getting out there on a recovery run, an easy run, an interval session, a long run, you're improving the process. You're improving your ability to be in the process. And therefore, you're improving the result. And so you will realize that, and you will realize that it's exactly the same in sales. You make 100 sales calls, 0 sales. But every single sales call, you picked up something that next time you'll know how to get around it. Next time you'll know how to handle an objection. So again, you get rewarded for the time you're putting in. Essentially, it's the 10,000 hours. And maybe physically, you're at an age where you cannot probably get 10,000 hours in running. So you can do that in recruitment. So you can work for 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And you could do really well with 20, 30 hours a week. There's a lot of people who work part-time in recruitment and do really well. But you're probably the type of personality, like me, that needs to hit something full on. So you're going to put the people in place. If you're not able to do this full-time, you're going to put the people in place that are going to look after your back office. They're going to look after your legal. They're going to look after your accounts. They're going to look after your IT. They're going to look after your website. They're going to look after your SEO and everything else that comes with that. And it's your job just to do what you're better at doing, which is finding the candidates, which is filling the jobs and finding the clients. So really important. So in a company, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded in terms of money. You're going to hit your targets for maybe holidays, cars, whatever it is you're looking for. You're going to move forward in your career quicker because it's less subjective. It's more of a meritocracy because you're in the top 5 every month, and therefore you're going to get seen for that, and therefore you're going to move up into a leadership position, to a team manager position, and then onwards from there into director roles. So your career is going to be well enhanced, and this is all because everything you've learned in running, and it's innate within you, but maybe it's been pulled out through running, is all being used to your benefit. It's really important that you get into the right career. For me, it's important that every time I'm going to work, I'm going into something that I love. Every time I wake up in the morning and I run, I'm doing what I love. And it's so nourishing for the soul that it makes you a better person. It makes you the best version of yourself. If you're going to a job every day and you don't like it, you're not going to be great around your colleagues. Maybe you all don't like it, or maybe a portion of you don't like it, or maybe you just don't like it. Maybe it's not the right career for you. It's bad for your soul. It's bad energy. It's energy that you're spreading around your social circle, so that your relationships, your friendships are not going to be as good as if everything was firing on all cylinders. You've got your hobbies, you've got your fitness goals lined up, you've got your relationships lined up, you've got your friendships lined up, you've got your career goals lined up. It's about 8, 9 different areas of your life, finances, that you want firing on all cylinders because it's super important. We've got one life. No matter what you believe, if you believe in the afterlife, let's sort this life out first and get us firing on all cylinders and make sure that we get the absolute most of our lives. So yeah, for me, great career opportunity. Anything you can be rewarded for, and your reward in that role is directly related to how hard you're working, how much effort and focus you put in, and how smart you're working. That's where you want to be, because that's exactly what running is. The smarter and the harder you work at the right times, the better your plan and strategy, the further you're going to go. The faster you're going to be able to run, or the further you're going to be able to travel from the distance you started, which is the definition of success. Good luck. And if you have any questions, if you're in a career that you don't like, or if you're in a career that you love, and it's a different type of career to that, but it works well, everything you've learned from running, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you.